Hello all, I'm Andrew Catchpole, editor of Harpers, and welcome to the announcement of the first tranche of Harpers 50 Best Indies 2021. This list is not only one of our most popular annual features, but also a personal favourite, not least because the UK independent merchant scene is so enjoyably vibrant and an essential part of the lifeblood of the trade. And it's one that pretty much anyone in the business of wines and spirits dives into whenever they can. In keeping with the popularity of last year's COVID-proof format, we're again revealing the list 10 a day, releasing recorded results until we reach number 11. Then we'll inject even more momentum, hosting a live webinar on Friday the 10th of September, with our top 10 merchants joining me online to hear the final countdown in front of a live audience. I'll also be asking each to reveal something of the personality and strategy behind their buzzing businesses. You can register to join that session via a link to Zoom on harpers.co.uk or via the pinned tweet at the top of our feed. It's at Harpers Wine. Right, before we begin this year's big reveal, a quick word on how 50 Best Indies works. Our 50 Best Indies list aims to celebrate the best in the business, regardless of size or format, taking a holistic view of the operation. Aspects judged include the company ethos and how well that is met, the portfolio, including specialisms and points of difference, the services offered to customers and wholesale clients, promotions and events, marketing activities, including social media and online presence, investment and growth in the business, training and advancement for staff, innovation in every shape or form, and sustainability in all its guises, so pretty comprehensive. As with last year, responses to the pandemic and lockdown have also played a part in our assessments, with the agility and adaptation of business models, plus support for colleagues and community taken into account. A word of thanks too for our judges, who put in what I can only describe as an epic and very considered amount of time this year to ensure the 50 best ranking is as strong as can be, reflecting the best of the amazing businesses out there. So a big thank you to Keith Webb, consultant, another consultant, Angela Mount, James Dainty of Lanchester Wines, and Kai Reeves of the Cambridge Distillery. Thanks for your judgment, along with Harper's own publisher, Lee Sharkey, and myself as chair. Finally, before we begin this year's countdown of the UK's 50 Best Indies, I'd like to thank our sponsors too. They are Lanchester Wines, the Cambridge Distillery, and Domaine Bousquet, without their generous support, we couldn't make the 50 Best possible. And so to our countdown. At number 50, we jump straight in with a family-owned business in Yorkshire that specialises in artisanal and less well-trodden wines. This dynamic team, each bringing individual specialist areas of interest, such as South America, Riesling, whiskey and craft beer, adapted fast during the pandemic, upping the ante on already strong elements of range, service, themed online tastings and, satisfyingly, sales. From Harrogate, it's Ake and Humphreys. Okay, at 49, we have a new entry. As a specialist wine and bottle shop comprising Enoteca, Delicatessen, with wine tasting and event spaces, all housing over 500 artisan wines, specialist beers and premium spirits, plus a counter full of extraordinary cheeses, charcuteries, condiments and chocolates, this Geordie oasis covers all the major necessities for life. During lockdown periods, the slow food, slow wine ethos behind this company was grown through massively expanded delivery service, a huge drive to boost wine club members, a fully revamped website and many other dynamic initiatives besides. From Newcastle upon Tyne, we welcome Carruthers and Kent. Well done. At 48 is an indie that is no stranger to the list, describing themselves as good people, selling good things to good people, made by good people, with no desire to make shed loads of cash. This idiosyncratic Glasgow outfit continues to cut to the heart of what makes a great independent. Tasting, talking, truly listening to the customer, not taking themselves too seriously, except with the quality of the often off-piste wines, beers and spirits they find, while always injecting an element of fun. From Glasgow, it's Valhalla's Goat. And so on to 47. Housed in a beautifully restored barn on a farm on the Surrey-Sussex border, this merchant offers the whole indie deal. With a strong ethos of sourcing direct from classic regions, underpinning the mix of retail and fast ramped up online sales, plus a highly active wine school and a great sustainable ethos, this indie also did much through the pandemic to support suppliers and trade customers alike. From Guildford, we have Taurus Wines. On to 46, and we head to London. Describing itself as a small, friendly neighbourhood wine shop in an unfashionable part of West London, this indie nonetheless makes waves with its off-the-beaten-track selection, rooted in passionate sourcing and buying. Very much embedded in the local community, with a good sustainable ethos to boot, this is a merchant that has also reached out very successfully via social media and online. It is Vindenista. At 45 and climbing 5 places, it's a Leicestershire favourite, offering wines, beers and spirits with personality to both retail and wholesale customers. Personality is the key word here, with its eponymous owner and team packing in so much in terms of events and charitable activities, alongside a bijou wine bar, pop-up initiatives and a growing online presence, all adding to the passionate but unstuffy approach. From Market Harborough, we welcome Duncan Murray Wines. Next up, number 44. From its original mini Aladdin's Cave in East London to its 4 neighbourhood sites today, this fabulous merchant continues to push its ethos of appealing to the novice drinker as much as the seasoned wine buff. To do so, its dynamic and quality-driven team actively seek out highly characterful finds that offer true value and interest. With staff passion, rotating tasting samples and much immersion in the community, all adding to the appeal. From London, it's Bottle Apostle. Next up, at 43, we have a new entry. Innovation has always underpinned all that this Scottish merchant does, with online tastings already part of the mix pre-pandemic. However, when lockdowns hit, the team ramped it up, instantly switching to a delivery-only model, honing its buying and offering pre-ordered sales, assisting other businesses with their e-commerce sites, and creating initiatives such as Winemakers Live, an online tasting experience in partnership with Daniel Lambert Wines. From St Andrews, it is of course the St Andrews Wine Company. And so on to 42, another new entry. This firmly family-owned business in North Wales excels for its range, its custom service, and putting our heart and soul into what we do, in their words. The pandemic emphasised this ethos, with no dumbing down, but rather a redoubling of local community focus and customer service, including working with suppliers of other victuals on deliveries, plus working ever more closely with its own suppliers to ensure that the quality of the offer remained to the fore. From Wales, it's Gwyn Lynn Wines. Well done. To number 41. The sheer spectrum of spirits alone offered by this merchant might be enough to make our 50 best. But add in the expansion into a great wine offer and roster of craft beers in the 2 new shops, plus a fiercely independent and passion-driven approach to sourcing, selling and educating, along with canny adaptation during the pandemic, and it's no wonder this company has become a Glasgow institution. I mean that in a good way. Congratulations to Good Spirits Company. Congratulations to all that have so far made it onto our 50 best list, with perhaps 700 to 800 quality merchants in the UK, all with something special to offer. A placement is no mean feat, but I hope you'll agree that all of today's 50 best are worthy. So that's it from me. But we'll be back at the same time in the same place tomorrow when I'll be revealing the next tranche of our 50 Best Indies 2021, namely 40 to 31. So, look forward to seeing you there. Cheers.